Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for May 31st, 2019. This is a show where I give you a quick look at some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now. If you want to learn more about these stories, I'll put a link to them in the show notes down below so you can read about these stories for yourself, come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you and what you think of the stories. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we're doing here. And hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. We do that by daily cord cutting recaps like this of the biggest stories, cord cutting Q&As where we answer your questions live on YouTube, reviews, tips, tricks, and how-to guides. So check that out. And I'll put a link again to all of our cord cutting resources like our website and more down in the show notes down below. Well, let's dive into it and take a look at the first deal of the day. Right now, Amazon, don't forget, has their Fire TV players on sale, including the Fire TV Stick, the Fire TV Cube, and even the Fire TV Recast DVRs are on sale. So if you are thinking about getting a Fire TV, this may be a great time because they're on sale starting at $29.99 right now. Put a link to them down in the show notes down below. It does remind me though that we do have the Fire TV Recast Fire TV 4K Stick and $100 Netflix gift card available for a giveaway to one lucky viewer or one lucky reader over at cordcuttersnews.com. I'll put a link to our giveaway down in the show notes down below, but there's many ways to enter. You do not have to do all of them. The more you do, the more options you have to win, and it will be going out to one lucky winner. So rules and terms and conditions are in the link down below for the giveaway. If you want to learn more, check it out. But it's a great opportunity for you to enter to win a Fire TV Stick 4K, a Fire TV Recast DVR, and a $100 Netflix gift card. All right, let's jump into it. One of the biggest news stories today is one I get asked a lot about is how can I save money on home internet? And there is a way you can cut your internet bill by $120 a month for many cable companies. Now, Comcast and many others have a modem rental fee. Spectrum technically doesn't have a modem rental fee, but they charge you a Wi-Fi fee. So there is a way around that again. You could take their free modem like I do and buy a Wi-Fi router, and that way you don't have to pay Spectrum for their Wi-Fi fee, which is honestly the Wi-Fi in it is okay, but not great. But Comcast and others also charge a $10 modem fee for you to have that modem in your house for your internet. It's really annoying because you pay for the internet, right? You think the device that's required to give you that internet would be included, but it's not. You have to actually pay a monthly fee for that. And it works out to $120 a month. There are many good modems though that are compatible with Comcast and other cable companies out there who charge a fee. I have a post down below for the recommendations, and they start at below $70 for a really good one out there. I have a couple options for different speed tiers because there's some limit. If you want a gigabyte one, you need a little bit more expensive modem. I also have one that's a combo Wi-Fi and modem into one device, though I always kind of recommend getting two because you always kind of compromise a little bit when you get a single device that does both. But I'll put a link to that in the show notes down below. You know, the great thing with some of these, in just over 6 months, you could start saving money with this. You buy it once, you own it. I've been very happy with this move. I would suggest you do this move too if you can. Consider buying a modem instead of renting one, because really does add up. $120 a month. How many years, or $120 a year times how many years have you been a cable internet subscriber? How many years have you been renting that modem? Probably costs them $150, maybe typically, but they're probably making hundreds of dollars in profit off of you if you keep renting that modem year after year after year. So check that out. Link in the show notes if you want to look at that. Question to you: anybody here buy your own modem? Do you have a suggestion for a modem you would suggest people use for like Comcast, Cox, etc.? Let us know. Now again, sadly, not all cable companies, and more importantly, not all DSL companies will allow you to buy a modem. You're forced to rent them, but many of them do allow it. So check that out in the show notes down below. All right, next story up today. AT&T is adding Locast to DirecTV and Uverse TV. Sadly, they're not adding it to DirecTV now, and this has more to do about, I think, negotiations. But the good news is, if you're still a cable subscriber, if you're still using DirecTV or Uverse from AT&T, you will now be able to if you live in one of the markets, access Locast right from your set-top box. This is great for AT&T because now in these major markets, which include things like Dallas and New York and many others, you will be able to watch your locals even if AT&T lose rights to them. So I see this as a move by AT&T to kind of set themselves up to maybe play hardball with some of these local affiliates who want constant price hikes for their affiliate fees even as viewership is going down. So AT&T also offers in markets where they have a blackout, a service where they'll connect your antenna directly into your DirecTV or directly into your Uverse menu, which is an option there. But now you'll have the option to access Locast through your DirecTV and your Uverse one, really giving AT&T a slight upper hand here in the negotiations with some of these companies. And it's kind of one of those things. AT&T has a legitimate argument. Hey, your viewership's down, you want more money, it's not necessarily worth it for us. Why should we charge our customers more if less people are watching what you're showing? So I'll put a link in there down below. Locast is a great service that offers free access if you're not familiar to what it is. Access to locals like ABC, NBC, Fox in a variety of markets. It's a legal service using kind of a loophole, they've even acknowledged that, for their nonprofit organization to offer this service in these areas. Now, it is free. They will bug you for a donation of $5 a month, and that's the only way they get money. They don't run ads, they don't do anything, they just take donations. So in the show notes down below, I'll pull a link to the story. If you want to learn more about Locast, there's a link there in the story to Locast to see if it's available in your area. They do say they intend to continue to roll out Locast to more and more areas. All right, next story of the day. Here are the top 10 free Roku channels according to Roku. So Roku actually has a section where they list the top 10 free Roku channels, and we kind of been keeping a close eye on it. Now, there's not a lot of movement this year, as you expect. YouTube TV is number 1 on the top free list. The Roku channel is number 2, and there's a little bit of movement down there. I would be very interested, though, in knowing what your top 10 free Roku channels. Now, keep them legal. Keep them from the official Roku channel store if you could for me. But let me know, what have you heard are the top, or what do you think are the top 10 free Roku channels based on what you enjoy and what you hear from other people talking? Take a look at that list, see if there's something you would add. Is there something that surprises you? One of the things that surprised me is we don't include music in this, but for years Pandora was up there. But in recent years, a lot of new music services like Amazon Music and Spotify and more have been coming to Roku. Recently, Pandora's kind of fallen off. Amazon Music now is just knocking on the door, just outside the top 10 and about the top 15-ish range. I'll be very interested to see if Amazon Music gets up there before Spotify or any others does in the top 10 of the Roku free streaming services. Now, it probably is because it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Probably because Amazon has a huge customer base, but Spotify has a huge customer base also. So I'd love to know what you think of this and which ones would you be surprised to see Amazon Music jump up there in that list? Let me know. Next story up of the day, Tablo DVRs just added a 14-day free guide. Now, Tablo has allowed you to schedule recordings 14 days out, but you couldn't do it through the traditional grid guide in the past. Tablo DVRs are a great over-the-air DVR for your antenna, where you can plug your antenna in, stream it to multiple devices around your home, and if you pay the subscription even outside your home, allowing you to watch it on tablets, phones, and even laptops when you're traveling around. I've used it before, really love the ability to watch my locals no matter where I am. It's a cool feature. But now they've expanded the grid guide from 24 hours to 14 days, which is a great improvement. Allows you to easily jump forward and say, hey, I'm going to be gone next week, but I know I want to record that NBA game, I want to record that football game, or maybe there's a special on TV, I want to make sure I don't miss it. So you can now scroll forward and easily do that. They do say at some very old Rokus or some older other streaming devices, you may want to consider leaving it on the 1-day setting. You do need to go into the settings and change it to 14. But it's a pretty cool feature I would check out. In the past, you had to do things like click on movies or click on sports in the guide, and then in that sports guide or in that movies guide, find what you wanted to watch. Now you can just scroll through the grid guide to do it. Question to everybody here, do you use a Tablo DVR? It's often listed as one of the most popular amongst our readers. I'd love to know what you think of the Tablo DVR, and more importantly, what do you think of it running the 14-day guide? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'm really interested in hear what you think of the Tablo DVR. Last story of the day, and this one kind of goes to a bigger mission of Amazon I want to talk to in a minute, but it was reported by Reuters last night that Amazon is reportedly interested in buying Boost Mobile and acquiring some spectrum. So instead of just leasing the spectrum, they would own some spectrum. According to reports, Amazon is interested in Boost Mobile because it would give them a deal to have access to T-Mobile spectrum for at least 6 more years. Now, I think this is part of a bigger picture on 2 angles. First of all, why is Amazon wanting to launch a cell phone network? Well, they kind of want to be in everything. Having their products tied into your phone service means you probably buy more from Amazon, right? 2, it kind of goes right hand in hand with their mission to launch worldwide internet through satellites like SpaceX is doing. And it just kind of competes the picture. You buy your toilet paper, you buy your toothbrushes from them, you have your Fire TVs, you have your cellular service, you have your home internet, you have everything you could want from Amazon. And when you look at the gateway to a lot of products and services, your phone is a big part of that. I know there's an increase in movement where home internet, for some people, they're not getting it because they have a home phone. So that's, you see Amazon wanting to move into that field for a reason. On the flip side, the Department of Justice has hinted that they may be interested in improving the Sprint T-Mobile merger, which was approved by the FCC, or at least they said they will approve it. But the Department of Justice has held off on that. One of the things they've asked Sprint and T-Mobile is, if we could find another 4th carrier out there that would be a major carrier, not just some reseller. There's a lot of other carriers, but they're basically just reselling Sprint or T-Mobile or Verizon, etc. And they're not really a legit self-contained phone service that can compete with the Verizons, the AT&Ts, and the merged T-Mobile and Sprint. Well, Amazon buying up spectrum, Amazon buying rights to the T-Mobile network, and buying up the Boost customers could create that 4th competitor that would allow the Department of Justice to say there is still enough competition here to justify the Sprint T-Mobile merger. So I'm very interested in hearing your thoughts. Would you be upset if Amazon bought Boost? Do you like Boost? Would you be excited about this, not because of Amazon becoming a phone provider, because it would allow the Sprint T-Mobile merger, which will allow T-Mobile and Sprint to better compete with AT&T and Verizon. I am very interested in this. I can definitely see a lot of benefits here. I can see, Amazon has a great customer service rep. Phone companies don't always have that. If Amazon could bring their customer service reputation to their phone service, they may have something there. A lot of people would love the easy billing, the easy interface of having their phone service paid right through their Amazon account. So I can definitely see this being a win-win all around. I can also see people's concern over Amazon having access to your phones, having access to your Echo speakers, having access to your Fire TV. So we'll have to keep a close eye on what's happening here with this, if it happens. Amazon expressing interest in this doesn't mean even talks will even happen. Even if talks happen for Amazon to buy Boost from Sprint, which I believe is the current majority owner or majority network out there, that this could still fall apart. But I'd love to know, would you use an Amazon phone service? Would you be happy with the T-Mobile Sprint merger as part of this deal? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's it for today. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy it wherever you may be, even if you're having to work. Been there, done that a lot of times, but I still hope you have a relaxing time this weekend. Go out there, do something special. I'd love to hear what you're up to this weekend. Leave me a comment. I may try to take my daughter out swimming. We'll see what happens. But I'd love to know what you're up to this weekend. So leave us a comment. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back here tomorrow for our weekly recap show and back on Monday for our daily Cord Cutting Today show. So I hope everybody takes care. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.